What up, penis?
Yo, oh, the Dark Executioner. Oh, the fuck up. Was that noise suppression? Noise gate. Oh, hmm. Gain. Bro, this shit's sick as. The PP. Equipped. Equip that shit. Sick ass ray gun. Damn. Equip that. Why did I put on my fucking jackal class, bro? looks tough.
Domination. Secure the objective. Taking C. Securing B. Zone Charlie locked down. Taking C. Stay on task. We're losing Charlie.
What about that new fucking
Securing Zone A. Hostile counter UAV established above. Taking Alpha. Locking down Charlie. We're losing Alpha.
bro, the lag
Zone C secure.
going on. The fuck? Backic burst. Oh yeah, backic burst, my favorite.
Taking Alpha. Securing Alpha.
Bro, I can't do shit with this packet burst, man. This is crazy.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Mission timeline expired. UAV RTV.
Enemy UAV inbound. They're taking C. Taking B. Lost Charlie. Controlling Bravo. Taking B. Securing C.
Meow.
Taking B. Taking Bravo underway.
Quiet from the second screen.
Enemy UAV. We're losing Alpha. Securing B. Securing Charlie. They're walking all over you.
I don't know what the fuck I just did there.
Controlling Bravo. Report to the nearest objective. I have to make a call.
What a mess. Let's get the hell out of here.
Hmm. My settings fucked or some shit. Or just me? Sounds the best it can be, to be honest. Spawn trapped every 2 seconds. I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit. That shit's ass.
Hardpoint. All targets declared hostile. Happy hunting, Crimson.
Dead straight away.
Hardpoint is secure.
Touche, bro. Touche. Hybrid sucks. Balls. Every single.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
Little bitch.
Hostile UAV established.
Hold the fuck up.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint down. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Run, run.
We're coming for you. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active.
Watch them come through the top.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Get a UAV on green.
Of course, there's a second one, man.
Hardpoint is secure.
It wouldn't be Call of Duty without the second one.
Hardpoint located. Enemy UAV. Hardpoint is active. Tack up.
Oh, there he is. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's the Sinon. Tommy gun.
Hardpoint locked down. identified. Hostile UAV is active. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
Ah, going doubles, my friend.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint locked down.
Where have you? No. I would have gone so.
We're ahead, but stay alert. Marshall's people are no fools.
UAV standing by.
We have reports of an infiltrator. Watch your back.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint active.
Teammates got them, don't they?
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Enemy UAV inbound.
UAV exiting your grid.
Hardpoint is secure. Net call, napalm strike inbound. Hardpoint located. Authorizing UAV ECM mission. Hardpoint is active. Give me eyes on the side. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Enemy UAV inbound. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Enemy
Requesting recon above. Sam turret up.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Hostile
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure.
Requesting recon above.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. The hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active.
Goes around. Got you.
Hardpoint located.
Requesting CUAV above. UAV on grid. Requesting CUAV above.
Sniper's dead.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hold the line. Guard two. Hardpoint identified.
Sniper is down.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
TACOM, destroy counter UAV. TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Eyes on hostile Semtex.
located. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
Well done.
All threats neutralized. Scour the area. Find whatever.
I never stood a
Zinger, you suck, cunt. You fucking bitch.
Hardpoint. Secure the objective. Hardpoint is secure. We're winning.
You
Keep
can't
it up.
hide. Sniper's dead. Come out there.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Sniper work.
The fuck?
Watch it. Sniper.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Sniper working. Clear. Sniper's down.
Of course. As soon as I fucking stand up.
TACOM, commence watchdog helo mission. Check the UAV in the air.
Hostiles at the hard point. Hard point located. Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
Recon above. Sam turret established.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
TACOM, deploy counter UAV. Requesting wingman above.
Hostile UAV is static overhead. Hard point is secure.
Sniper working. Guess that makes us even.
Hard point identified. Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
Get a counter UAV in the air.
Clear. Sniper is down. Dim administered.
Meep meep.
Hard point is secure.
Got their long gun.
Here's Crimson.
Hard point located.
He isn't. Happens.
Sniper. Catching up.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Get a UAV on grid.
Hard point locked down. Hostiles have the hard point.
Requesting UAV above.
Sniper's dead. Come out there. Drop them.
TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Hard point identified. Hard point active. Hard point is secure.
Sniper.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Requesting CUAV above. Eyes overhead.
Over here.
Finish the job.
Counter UAV in the air. Get a UAV on grid.
Hostiles have the hard point. Enemy CUAV. Hard point locked down. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is secure. Enemy UAV inbound. Hard point located. Hard point is active. Hostiles have the hard point.
The fuck? play Fortnite for one day. One day.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Task counter UAV above. UAV mission. Hard point is secure. Hostiles have the hard point.
Requesting recon above.
Threat down.
Mission goals agreed. Dispatching team to lock in survivors.
Crimson man. That's crazy. What? Why is he iridescent? Why is he iridescent? Just trying to play a game, man. I'm in iridescent lobbies, man. Fuck.
Hey skin lovers, I got something for you.
We all know we like to change skins 24/7. We don't like to stay with the same skins.
I'm a big fan of
What is going on, guys? Crowder here, and today I'm giving you the best aim tips that you can possibly get to become the best player that you can possibly be. And if you guys don't know who I am the head coach of the professional Call of Duty team, Atlanta FaZe, and I used to be a former world champion Call of Duty player myself. So I have a lot of good tips and tricks to give you guys to become the best Black Ops 6 players that you want to be. Let's go. And we're going to be starting off with tip number 1. I'm going to give you guys 4 to 5 tips on the best aiming tips that I can possibly give you for beginners. And honestly, even advanced players, this can just help you in general, because most of the professional players that get really good at COD kind of just do the basics really good because they practice it a lot. So tip number 1, rotational aim assist. So right here, this is Assistant Tucker. He's helping us out for this video to give you guys kind of an idea of what's going on. So Tucker's going to be running across my screen left and right. And you can see right now, I'm not touching my controller. Nothing's moving. And I'm getting no aim assist right now on Tucker as he's diving across. Now, the same thing, if I aim in and I do this, it is the same thing. I am getting no aim assist. The reason why I'm getting no aim assist is because rotational aim assist is not going to activate if I am not moving or doing anything with the controller. Now, a lot of you guys that are playing Call of Duty or are new, or especially just in general forgot about this, you're going to be holding a lot of head glitches, and you're going to be over here kind of doing this, not moving, right? You're just going to be waiting, and the guy turns the corner, you're like, oh shit, and you die. What you want to do is activate your rotational aim assist, and the way you do that is by using your left or right stick, but the right stick just looks a little funky. If I'm going like this, obviously it's going to look a little twitchy, and it's just going to be like, what the hell are you doing? If you just move your left stick a little bit like this, you can see that aim assist basically does the aiming for you to a degree. Rotational aim assist is very important, and every tip that I give you guys for this video, they're all going to kind of come collectively together to make it one just bundle of tips that will help you get better, and then going on to the movement guide, which we have scheduled for tomorrow. So if you enjoy this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. We have so much more content coming to you guys. But regardless, tip number 1 is rotational aim assist, and if you want to activate it, you want to use your left stick. And now you don't have to only go back and forth. You can also go right and left and right and left, and it will be the same thing. So I can do this, and then look, left, right, and then left. So again, you don't have to go back and forth, you just have to be moving. All right, so now that we got the tip number 1 out of the way, which is rotational aim assist, now what you're gonna need to pair it up with is basically that was all left stick, right? We just talked about a lot about your left stick movement and using that left stick to, you know, go left and right and all that stuff to activate it, yada, yada, yada. Now you wanna worry about your right stick, and what the right stick is used for is not really activating your aim assist, but it's used for tracking people and recoil control, and that's what we're about to talk about now. So when you were playing Call of Duty, your guns have recoil. Not much, but they do have recoil, and the way the guns all recoil, they have predictive patterns. So if I shoot this gun at the wall, it's gonna go up and then kind of to the left, and I just died doing that because the bots in here that I'm about to use as an example, you know, kind of just ruined that. So one more time, we're gonna shoot at the wall. We're gonna go up, and then a little right, and then a little left. And you can see that it kind of goes up, right, left, just like that. So when you're controlling recoil, you want to pull down and do the opposite. So it's going to be down and then a little to the left and then mainly to the right, which is what you want to kind of do, but while all still pulling down. So it's going to look something like this. It'll be down, a little left, then a little right, and then down. And you can see that the difference between the recoils right there to right there is going to be obviously tremendously important when you were shooting people on head glitches, just like I just shot on that guy right there on that bot. So to put this together, basically you want to go to a head glitch, right? And you don't want to stand still. So we're not standing still. And now I want to sit left and right. You can go wide. You can obviously go far off to the left. And as you're doing this to activate that rotational aim assist, which is tip number 1, you now want to use your right stick to kind of track people. If they're moving across your screen, you want to track like right and left like this. And you also want to be able to control the recoil. So it's going to be like this. You're going to hold up. Let me slam that bot. I thought that guy was in front of me. But what you want to do is kind of aim in, and then if you see someone, you want to be able to use your left stick to kind of track, and then use the right stick to do the rest, and it's going to look exactly like that. And if you put those two together, it's going to help you aim a lot smoother. And again, you don't have to pull like crazy down on the right stick. So this is what it's going to look like. So right here, I'm not controlling the recoil, right? And that's what it looks like right there. When I'm controlling the recoil, this is what it's going to look like, which is going to be nice and tight. And the way that's going to look if I was not shooting my gun... We gotta shoot these guys. These guys are getting crazy. If I wasn't shooting my gun, all I'm doing is like this. You can see I'm not really going like I'm not holding my controller really tight and then spamming it down, you know, like you want to be light on the stick when you're controlling that recoil, or obviously tracking people too, depending on your sensitivity. But again, you want to use a lot of your left stick and a little bit of your right, just for the bare minimum basics of what you need to do. So light on the right stick, heavy on the left stick. And now with that being said, that is tip number 1 and 2. This is kind of like tip number 2.5, but 3, and it's going to be called left stick aiming. So what I like to call this is left stick aiming. It's exactly what I just told you. It's both of those together. But instead of only like going back and forth and then using your right stick to like say track someone like going across here if he was running across that, you don't have to only use your right stick. Again, you can also wide strafe and follow people while controlling recoil. So again, if someone was running across my screen, I can like use my left stick and my right to kind of track their movements. So if he was running to here, I can go like this and then use a little of the right stick. Again, it's kind of like heavy on the left stick and then light on the right. You want to use very heavy movements on your left and then kind of very slightly track with your right. So what I like to call is left stick aiming is people like to really move fast in this game. They use the slides, they use these dives and all that. And what they're doing with that is going to make you have to obviously track them, which again is going to be a lot in your movement and your left stick and stuff like that. So if I'm going here, I'm going to kind of wide strafe out there. If someone was kind of crossing my screen, I'm going to strafe to the right and then strafe to the left and then slightly use my right stick. Slightly use it right there. And that's going to be really, really helpful for you when it comes to this, like everything we just learned. So that's why I called it like tip 2.5. It's just a different way of calling it, but your left stick aiming is just going to be your number one, probably the number one best friend to all of you controller players out there for what we're doing. So make sure you're using that left stick while you're aiming. And now let's move on to probably the most important tip that I'm about to show you out of this entire video. And that tip number 3 or 4, whatever we want to call it, is going to be called centering or reticle placement. And what that means, this center dot that I have right here, or your crosshairs, if you're not using a center dot and you're using crosshairs, we'll get there in the settings, don't worry, is going to be where you place it. So my biggest thing I think I see when I watch a casual player or one of my boys that doesn't really play COD, you know, for a living like I do because I'm an absolute loser, is they look at the ground. A lot of people have this fascination of centering. We're not thinking about centering. They look at the ground, or they look too high, or they don't really understand like when they're turning a corner what they're going to be doing. What I mean by that is I was going to run into this building. Hold up, gotta kill this guy really quick. If I was going to run into this archway, I'm not going to be looking at the ground, and also most likely there's going to be someone like in a corner like that. So instead of me looking here, or even if I'm perfectly centered, I'm not going to run in and then turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run in and be like right here, so I just have to snap down to this right here. So centering is kind of two things. It's a little bit of map awareness and also understanding like where, you know, the angles and stuff that you're playing, but it's also just kind of in general keeping yourself conscious to centering while you're practicing it. So like the best way I'm going to explain the rest of this is as I run around the map, if there's going to be a guy on this head glitch, if I was approaching this side, I'm not going to stay aimed in here, because if there's a guy on this head glitch, I'm going to have to snap up to the left and then shoot, and by the time I do all of that, I'm dead. If you want to reverse kind of the POV for a second, if there was a guy on this head glitch and he's going like this, if someone, you know, if he turns the corner centered perfectly, I'm dead. I didn't have to even adjust anything and I'm dead. Going back to this side, I would have to go boom, 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 boom. And by the time I do all of that movement in a game of milliseconds, and Call of Duty is a game of milliseconds, the time to kill is anywhere from 150 to like 250 milliseconds. You have no time to do something like that. And that's why really good players have really good centering. And even at a pro level, one of the biggest things that kind of decipher the two players apart is how good their centering really is. Obviously at that really exceptional level, it's like really, really minuscule, but it's going to be important. So again, when you're running around the map, just make sure you're thinking about where you're placing your reticle and your centering and everything else. So if I was running through here, I'm going to center right here, so if someone slides, I'm about chest high, and I don't have to do any adjustments. Not this to that, not, you know, not this to that, or not here to this. It's all going to be centered to where I kind of am predicting where they're coming from. So as I run around this map, I'm just going to give you some examples. So it's here, I'm centered up, boom, not too much of a snap. Right here, all I have to do is here, here. And as I keep moving, I hear someone behind me, I'm going to turn around, centered here, and then boom, I don't see anything, boom, right here, centered. And you can see as I was sliding down, I didn't have to do too much adjusting. And the more you kind of get used to this and keep this in your mind, the more it's going to help you so much, to the point that you just get so far ahead with where you're going, where people are like, how the hell did you know I was there? You didn't really know, you were kind of just predicting it, and again, you just run around. So center high is going to be right there. And a big question that I get asked about centering is, where should you actually center? Should it be like low? Should it be at the head? A lot of people think, you know, headshot centering is godlike. But the problem with headshot centering is if my first bullet hits here, you see the rest of those bullets don't really hit the headshot right there. So what you really want to do is kind of aim here, and then your first 2 bullets kind of jump up to the upper chest / head, and that's where you get the headshot multiplier and that upper chest multiplier where your bullets are going to be strongest. So having, which is settings, because if you don't have any of the right settings, controller settings.
Since you're already playing games anyway, why not earn some free rewards while you're at it? Well, that's what's possible with buff.
We go over to controller, and I play tactical flip, so that's more of a movement thing. We'll get there in the guide. But we're going to talk about the number 1 thing first is horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity. And now for a quick disclaimer, I play on 7.7. What I'm going to teach you in this video is what most CDL professional players play on, what I play on. And again, there are going to be a lot of content creators that you guys watch that might play on crazier sensitivities. Maybe you guys play on crazier sensitivities. You do not have to play on these sensitivities to be good. A lot of this is preference, but at the end of the day, a lot of you guys just starting out, or if you're new watching this video, I would recommend trying these out and finding your play style. And then on top of that, the reason why most
controller players and aim assist is incredibly overpowered in Black Ops 6. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to completely break and abuse aim assist in the game. With that being said, in today's gameplay, instead of seeing me play, we're going to be doing a hand cam. So you're going to be seeing everything I'm doing on this controller right here in real time. Now here's a little bit of a breakdown of the controller I use. It is a Scuff Infinity Pro. Really do help me out quite a bit. So that's the controller we're gonna be using today. I want to show you guys how to abuse aim assist, but before we get into the gameplay, you need to have the best settings, and we're gonna be controller players and aim assist games. The nav and stick layout are both default because I have the paddles in the back of the controller that I showed you. If you want to go ahead and swap the triggers and bumpers, you could go ahead and do so. Feel free if that's what feels more comfortable for you. For me personally, I just prefer the triggers. It just way my hands sit on the controller. It's always just hovering over these. Controller vibration, please turn this off, man. There's zero reason for your controller to be vibrating and shaking in gunfights. It's actually messing up your accuracy. I want you guys to turn this off, man. I've had mine on 13 for the longest time, the last like 3 to 4 years. It's just something I personally felt the most comfortable using, but I recommend doing 7 for most of you. Right stick max, no matter who you are, what you do, should be 100, and then left.
You may wear a crown, but that does not make you a king.
And right triggers both should be 0. Anything over this, I'm pretty sure gives you delay. Any sort of delays in COD are never good. If you head over to the aiming tab in controller settings, we have target aim assist. Yeah, make sure this is actually on. Duh. You can't abuse aim assist without actually having it on. For ADS sensitivity transition timing, this has to be instant. So basically it instantly gives you stronger aim assist whenever you aim down sights. If it's anything other than instant, it's gonna either take time or you're gonna have little to no aim assist when you're aiming down sights after not being ADS'd, if that makes sense. So you wanna have this on instant. It's one of the most important settings in the game. I don't know why this isn't even a setting, because in previous games, the natural thing to have on is instant. This wasn't even a setting, it was just always like that. Aim response curve type, make sure it's dynamic and make sure your aim response curve slope scale is a 1. This is by far the best aim response curve type you could possibly have on in the game. What I think is one of the most important settings in the game is your custom sensitivity per zoom. So ADS sensitivity multiplier low zoom is like your red dots and iron sights. I plan a 0.95. So when I'm aiming down sights, I'm free to you're gonna see crosshair. You want to turn this on. The crosshair dot, make sure this is on. Center dot scale, make sure it's largest. The crosshair spread on, the crosshair opacity 100, and then if you want to go ahead and change the crosshair color, go ahead, feel free to. It's just kind of a distraction for me personally. There's not much really to explain in this. We're going to be explaining it in the gameplay itself. I'm going to be breaking down why this is so important, because whenever we go over this, you're going to realize that this is probably the hardest thing to master in Call of Duty. You now have the best controller settings in Black Ops 6. Now it's time to hop in new game. I could show you what I'm doing real time on the controller, and I'm going to be breaking down all of the settings I just went over. Now make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, click that thumbs up button, and turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on my future Black Ops 6 videos, and follow the Twitch live stream. I try my best to stream over there every single night. Without that being said, man, enjoy the hand cam. We got ourselves our hand cam. Using the GPR with a red dot. What the hell? In my opinion, I think this might be the most accurate weapon. And one of the easiest when working on your aim assist and abusing it, because it's very accurate. You got the red dot on it. I mean, it kind of does everything for you in that sense. So I highly recommend using this if you want to practice. First things first, and I think it's going to be the hardest, so I kind of want to get out of the way now. You're centering. So that's why we changed that white dot to the largest. You can even change colors if you want. I personally find it distracting. That's why I didn't change mine. But feel free to change yours if you'd like, if it helps you out. This is what you want to do when you have this white dot. You want to point it where you think an enemy is going to be. Just like I did here, I had it pointing. I used my radar to my advantage because there's a UAV up. And I'm just looking right there. That's what all you want to do is just point where you think an enemy is going to be at. A lot of people kind of play like this where they're looking at the ground or... No, you want to have this dot everywhere. Everywhere where you think an enemy is going to be. So that's why it's large, so you can actually see it well. Got a harp. Hell yeah. Let's call that in real quick. Guy jumped up top. Go, helicopter up. And that's really it. It sounds more simple than it really is. A grenade. But the thing is people kind of lose focus of that. You could see I'm literally using this white dot and pointing it at exactly where I think enemies are going to be at. Now I have a harp up, so I have a radar to tell me where people are at. As long as I'm using it and pointing it to where I think they're going to appear, I'm going to be good. You see how easy gunfights are when I'm literally just pointing it? It sounds straightforward, but again, it's something that is not easy. See? He's right there, pointed right at him, and I won the gunfight. And he was already pre-aiming that area. I'm running out of ammo. Got him. I ride it on. All right, get a scat pack. GG. Okay. Jumped out. We're cooking right now. 1 on 24, about to get a nuke. The next thing is rotational aim assist. So anytime I am in a gunfight, you want to ever so slightly move your left analog.
Get Children's Claritine for 24-hour relief from
Oh, he's sitting in a dead body, bro.
Counter UAV. Attack off. Get a UAV in the air. Losing B. Lost B. Securing B. Bravo gone. Hostile RCXD is going up. TACOM, get a UAV in the air. Losing Bravo. Bravo lost.
Oh my god.
Taking Bravo underway.
The rat.
Losing B. Launching UAV. Losing Bravo. Securing C. Bion requesting UAV task. Bravo lost. Control of Bravo. Secured. Enemy UAV inbound. Losing Alpha. Losing B. Destination launch. Weaver requesting CUAV task. Bion requesting CUAV task. TACOM, launch a UAV. Losing B. We have the edge, but don't get cocky. It ain't over. Securing B. Taking Bravo underway. Locking down Charlie. Perfect execution. The Pantheon's probably pissing themselves right now.
Told you there was no stopping us.
Oh Jesus.
Domination. Playtime's over. Let's see what you're made of. Securing Charlie.
Eyes on enemy.
Charlie locked down. Losing Bravo. Control of Bravo. Securing B.
That's retarded. Going behind. That's way too big of a map.